afternoon. Straight to the point, with the permission of our Cabinet Secretary, I would want to call upon Madam Emily to lead us in a word of prayer, after which the Principal Secretary will guide the program. Kindly, Emily.
Thank you, sir. Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this afternoon. We are very grateful to you for giving us this opportunity to converge in this room. We thank you for what you have done. And we remember this activity that we have, which is the handing over ceremony. Thank you for what you have done for us as a ministry all around. And now that God, we have metamorphosized into the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts, and the additions that you have given us in the new ministry, we thank you, O Lord. We welcome our CS, even as he speaks to us, and even the outgoing CS. We thank you for all that he has done. He has done for the previous ministry. Be with us, and may you be glorified in all things. We pray this, believing and trusting in your name.
Amen. Thank you very much. Honorable.
Do you need the mic?
Yes.
Honorable Ababu Namwamba, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Sports and Culture, CAS Nadia Ahmed, senior officials and CEOs of parastatals who are here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Waziri, with your permission, I would like to guide this process. First is to sincerely welcome you to this ministry as you introduce yourself and take over the functions of this State Department plus the others that you have already done, and congratulate you for this appointment. It's an honorable appointment to serve this country, and we know you very well. We are very confident that we have the right person at the helm of this ministry. And I want to ask all of us who are here just to congratulate Waziri by a round of applause. So before I proceed, I will ask CAS Nadia to say a few words, and then we can proceed. This will be a very good ceremony.
Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Waziri.
Good afternoon.
On behalf of the State Department, which is very vibrant, I'd like to welcome you and wish you all the very best. Mine is to just say that the youth of this country are very vibrant, and they are really, really willing and able, and looking forward to seeing how you are now going to take them to greater heights through the different opportunities when it comes to partnering, when it comes to financial inclusion, technology, agribusiness, and so on and so forth. So I don't want to say much. Mine is to just be here and to make sure that the process goes well and to help you go through the process smoothly. And I'm of service anytime you want. And I'd like to say this, that if you need an advisor when it comes to youth affairs and youth matters, I am here for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you. Maybe just to, as I proceed to introduce just a few key staff of this ministry, and I would like you to start with the senior most. Introduce yourself.
Weekly Fogalo, Secretary Administration.
Thank you, Waziri. Raymond Ochin, Secretary of Development.
My name is Margaret Kyogora from National Youth Council.
My name is Dr. Tony Mwansa, the CEO of Kenya National Education Agency.
Sir, my name is Emily Maina, Director in charge of Youth Social Development.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dr. Uzalendo, Director of Development, in charge of Policy, Research and Extreme. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Florence Kyogo, Head of Accounts.
Sir, I'm Bernard Gogo, representing the Director of Innovation and Talent Development, Mr. Cornelius Mbaki.
Sir, my name is Charles Mbaki, National
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ababu. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dr. National Project Coordinator, Ghana Book and Art.
The project you were talking about.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is George Bobo, Director Entrepreneurship and Skills Group. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Augustine Mabi, the National Project Coordinator for KEO, Youth Development Activities Project.
Afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Damari Sogama, State Counsel from the Office of the Attorney General, and I have the legal department.
Okay. Waziri, that's the team that you will be working with. So in terms of this process, Waziri, allow me just to run through a few things. First is to again congratulate and thank you and welcome you to this department, and also just confirm that CS Michelle will be joining us along the way, but he did agree that this process proceeds as it comes. Secondly, Waziri, this State Department, as I told you, ideally many people would always take like to be in this ministry is a punishment. But I want to assure you that this is one of the greatest ministries to be in. It has unlimited opportunities and an unlimited responsibility over the youth of this country. And this is one ministry, State Department, you really find it exciting to work with. We are housed here at the Kencom House 1 floor, the one that you've seen. It's about 2 wings. And we have so many staff spread here at the Dakota and the region, the whole country. We are one of the few ministries that have staff across the country, in the regions, in the counties, and even in the constituencies. We have infrastructural projects, the youth empowerment centers, many of them, about over 121, some not operational, but a number of them are operational. We at the headquarters are structured in a way that we have directorates. This is one of the strengths of this ministry. The directorates operate under specific programs or specific functional areas of this State Department, or areas that affect the youth. We have the youth, the directorates of innovation and talents. We have directorates of policy and research. We have directorates of youth social development, and then youth entrepreneurship and skill development. Those are the areas that the youth are engaged in, and we have heads of those units. We also have senior officials in terms of the upper layer, the directors in administration, and in the technical areas supported by the secretary's administration. That gives the State Department a very good profile in terms of the leadership. In terms of programs, we have a number of programs, but just to mention 3 of them. We have the Kenya Youth Employment and Opportunities Program, which is headed by Mayabi, and this program covers 17 counties across the country, and it's a project that over the last 1.5 years we've managed to progress implementation and absorption to 81% from 41%. So this team has worked around the clock to make sure that we deliver on the key targets of that program. This program is very exciting. It touches on skill development and also touches on financial support in terms of grants to the youth. We also have some sub-components in that. We have the Mbele Bees, where we awarded between 900,000 to 3 million, yeah, to a number of youth who had innovation in terms of business. We also give about 40,000 to a number of youth in those counties that I've said. I would of course admit that this is one program that is not well covered. It's not very well known. If you look at the impact, no such disbursement has been done by any project in government than what KEOP has done. And this is an area I would of course admit that we may have to bring it out for the public to know. We also have this other program of the 4, not the TIVA, the other project for the hard to serve youth, the Future Bora. This targets the hard to serve youth in rural areas, in slums, and in other areas. We support them with training and support to make sure that they are mainstreamed into the youth agenda. Then we have the Viva project, Vijana Vuka na Afya, which is supported by the Germans. It's about a 600 million project. The KYOP was about 14 billion, 15 billion. And then the other one is 600 million Kenya shillings. And it's covering the counties of Nairobi, Kisumu, and Mombasa, mainly on public health, health issues around the youth. And Mbai, Dr. Mbai is the one leading that project. It's just at the onset. The project is just at the onset. And then we have the youth empowerment centers spread across the country, what I've already briefed you, headed by Mwaniki. And I say that we have so many youth empowerment centers that were done even at the time of President Kibaki, and many of them, a number of them were not used. What we did is to operationalize a number of them, about 25 of them. We shall be operationally seeing others. In the absence of these youth empowerment centers, you cannot have youth programs at the grassroots. So making sure that these youth empowerment centers function with collaboration of the leadership on the ground, it becomes a priority for this ministry. And I would really request Waziri that you take up this. And then we also have other institutions that have joined us. One of them is the National Youth Council, headed by Kiogora. This is a very important state agency within the ministry, and it's the voice of the youth, really. It's the voice for all of us. And through that the youth get engaged across the country and across the programs. And we now have the innovation, which, by the way, you came yesterday and you did, I didn't know that. You're joining us from the Ministry of Education. This is also another agency.
National Innovation Agency.
Yeah? Yeah. Waziri understand that organization very well, and we are going to say Karibu Sana. Those are the programs. We have, of course, budgetary constraint like any other ministry. I'm sure this is one of the issues that will come up once. The person who is going to take after me will raise with you in terms of making sure that we make a follow-up. In terms of linkages between this ministry and other programs, particularly on issues related to climate change. When we were in Stockholm with the former president, Stockholm at 50, one of the issues that came up is the involvement of youth, the youth ministries and organizations in the conference of parties. And it was agreed that this ministry takes a key role on the youth agenda in Lisbon during the Ocean Conference. Supposed also to take a key role in Sharm el-Sheikh in the COP27. Unfortunately, the communication came late, and by the time the list was finalized, I think there was a delay in accreditation. But in the absence of these entities participating in the Conference of Parties discussion, then a huge chunk of the Kenyan population, which is very critical in climate change adaptation and mitigation, would be left out. And I would really request that they become part and parcel of the climate talks in future. And then in terms of morale, you have a very motivated staff, very disciplined. I want to assure you that. And you have a staff who are very committed doing their work every day. Waziri, we also have a number of documents and policies. We have the youth policy. I'm sure you will find it a part of the documents here. There will also be, there are also CAP memos. I think I've already forwarded one to you. I know there are also upcoming meetings in the region, in the ESC region. I know you're participating probably in one of them that is in Entebbe next week. So Waziri, I want to assure you that we are handing over a State Department that will be vibrant, that has a great future with great people, and which has achieved a lot. And I want to thank you and wish you the very best, and confirm that wherever we are safe, and we are sure that we have a cabinet secretary who will lead this State Department to better heights. Waziri, I want to take the opportunity to welcome you before I hand over the documents. Thank you very much.
Asante sana PS and my good sister CAS Nadia, the Secretary Administration Ogalo, the Secretary Youth Raymond, and all these senior officials of this State Department. I'm very happy to see you all and to be here with you this afternoon. I'm actually happy to be back with youth. I worked in these corridors with this State Department some years back in the Kibaki administration when I served here as Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports. And I can tell you, PS Charles, that at that time, as you say it is today, the Department of Youth was very vibrant, very, very vibrant, and achieved a lot. I'm glad that you have built on that momentum, and the State Department is in even better health today. As you are aware, Executive Order number 1 of 2022 has given us a new architecture in the structure of government. And among the areas that have been rejigged is the space where we will be working in the ministry that has been renamed the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts. It is an attempt to consolidate most of the mainstream youth-related functions under the same roof. And so, as a State Department, you're going to be in the same house with the State Department of Sports and the Arts. So you'll be working closely with sports people. You are going to be in the same house with the arts. And if you looked at that executive order, it has consolidated most of what you want to look at as the arts. The creative space, music, theater, film, fine art, all that creative space is now under the umbrella we are calling the arts. And that is now part of your space. I say this because I want to invite you to now feel at home within that new architecture of the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts. It's a very exciting space to work in because we are going to be working with the young people across that whole space. We are going to be working with young people in the core 4 departments that you have here, that the PS has mentioned. But I will also be expecting us to extend our hand to sports and to the arts. Indeed, we know that when you talk youth, you talk a cross-cutting agenda across the whole of government. Today I was at the summit being hosted by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers at KICC, which is looking at involvement of youth in the manufacturing space with focus on skills development and linking skills to employment and entrepreneurship opportunities. And I did stress this point, that when you talk youth, you talk across the board. And I am looking forward to working with you to continue championing the interests of our young people in all the spaces. We are the voice of all young people in every space. whether you are in the space of education or industry, wherever you are, we are the voice of young people. We are the voice of young people in cabinet. So anytime cabinet is considering any matter that touches on youth, whether it is at the state law office or in the Ministry of Agriculture, we are the voice of young people in all those spaces. And I'm looking forward to working with you in managing that space. This State Department is now bigger because you'll now be working together with the National Youth Service, which has been returned to this State Department. It was here when I served as minister under the Kibaki administration. The National Youth Service was part of the Youth Department. Then it became some kind of nomad, and it has been hopping here and there. But it has been determined that it belongs here. And let me use this opportunity to invite all of us to a ceremony at the National Youth Service headquarters on Monday morning, where we will be receiving the National Youth Service formally to become part of the State Department of Youth Affairs. And so I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to join you. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I have some basic policies, which those who've worked with me are familiar with. Number one, I believe in all hands on deck, meaning that we want everybody to put their best foot forward. Number two, I believe in an open door policy. So my door is open, absolutely open. You want us to look at anything together, you want to bounce an idea off me, knock on my door, and I'll gladly look at any thoughts you have that would make our work better. And number three, I believe in the African saying that if you want to go very fast, you move alone. If you want to go very far, you move with others. And so we are not going to go very far unless we work together as a team. At the individual level, meaning that we are going to be working very closely together as individuals, but we'll also be working very closely together as the various components, the various directorates, the various programs, whether it is CAOB, whether it's Viva, whether there are programs being run at the National Youth Service and other areas. Working together also means that we are going to be liaising very closely across government. You are aware of the Hustler Fund, which His Excellency President William Ruto will be launching in about a month's time. It is a very important space for us because we want to use that as a platform to continue supporting youth entrepreneurship. So we are going to be very much in that space together with the other programs. On Monday, I joined His Excellency the Deputy President in launching another very ambitious program, the Employment and Entrepreneurship Accelerator Program by the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, KEPSA. It is targeting to create 1 million minimum, 1 million jobs and entrepreneurship opportunities for our young people. It is a space which I'm going to ask you to take very keen interest in, alongside the one we were discussing with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers today. I mention this because it is the target of His Excellency the President and the Kenya Kwanza administration to give utmost priority to expand employment opportunities and business opportunities for our young people in every space. So whether you're talking CAOB, or whether you're talking the accelerator program supported by KEPSA, every space where we can expand employment opportunities for our youth, we will invade that space. We are going to use the creative industry as a big employment opportunity for our young people, those who serve, who are in the creative space. You may not know this, but Nigeria, which is a giant economy on this continent, counts the film industry as the biggest single employer in the Nigerian economy. Film. Those things we love to watch. Sometimes you watch human beings being locked in bottles. Those things. You know, they employ more Nigerian youth than any other industry. Why? Because they have turned film into an industry. It's not just simple entertainment. It's entertainment, of course, great entertainment, but they have turned it into an industry. India has turned the film industry into a big industry. So we want to turn the creative space into an industry. And I'm looking forward to hearing ideas from those of you who are working hard in the empowerment of our young people to tell us how we can push the Kenya Film Commission, the Kenya Film KSB, KFB, and then the Kenya Film Center. We want to use all those spaces to see how our creative youth can live good lives doing what they enjoy doing. Whether they're actors or they're in the theater, whether the theater the other day. The theater is also part of you, by the way. The Kenya Cultural Center and the Kenya National Theatre is also part of what is calling the arts. From here, we are actually headed to the Kenya National Theatre to mark the 70th anniversary. On Tuesday, we were celebrating what? The launch of the Kenya International Theatre Festival. Do you know there's something like that in this country? There's something called the Kenya International Theatre Festival. And we were celebrating that on Tuesday. And we enjoyed amazing exhibitions of talent by young people and amazing ideas from great Kenyan minds like Eric Wainaina, people that we are bringing into this space to help us drive that art scene forward. So it's exciting. Are you excited? You're not showing it. So let me just end there and say that I'm looking forward to working with all of us across the ministry and across government to help our country achieve the goal of placing our young people at the center of national development, because that is the most important resource that this country has. Let us look at the youth bulge not as a band but as a boon. Not as a disadvantage but as a major asset to this country, and encourage them to take every opportunity that you are offering them. Even agriculture. I don't know why, or I don't see why our young people should not be actively engaged in agriculture. Yet we are saying we are going to be building an economy where our industrial takeoff is agri-based. So if our industrial takeoff is agri-based, we must have the largest portion of our population taking an interest in agriculture. But guess what? You're not going to get those youth into agriculture unless you make agriculture cool, because they like it cool. So young people want to see agriculture looking cool. Those images of elderly, tired people struggling with forlorn look as the face of agriculture, they just drive away youth from agriculture. So help me make agriculture look cool, so that young people can look at agriculture as a space of production which they can populate, which they can help drive. Tuko pamoja? Mundu kumundu. Very good. So Bwana PS, asante sana, nashukuru, I'm happy to be here. And as you have promised, I'll be pivoting to you and to Nadia here, who has done absolutely amazing job. Let me praise you a bit, you daughter of Mombasa. You've done an amazing job. You've been a very good face of this State Department of Youth. I want to thank you, and I believe the young people of Kenya have had a fantastic time. They have had a blast working with you. Pongezi sana. I actually look forward to seeing you continuing to offer yourself in the service of young people of this country. Let me also pay tribute to my brother and friend, C.S. Msheru, who is joining us by the way. I know he's tied up somewhere, and we talked, and I told him, CS, please continue doing what you're doing because it's equally important. So CS is aware, and we have been in touch. I want to thank him for the work he has done, heading the ministry where this State Department was domiciled until the new executive order. So I thank him for the service he has rendered to the youth of this country and to government. Na wewe boss, asante sana bana. Asante sana. Asante sana kwa huduma yako, kwa taifa, kwa serikali, kwa vijana, na ninakutakia kila la heri. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
A round of applause again. And for our outgoing CS, round of applause for CS. CS, we're going to perform a small ceremony. CS Nadia and we'll hand over this document to you. And then from there we'll do, you'll read that in the other one, yeah? Okay. And then after that, of course, we'll request a photo with the secretaries and the directors and the CEOs of parastatals.
Okay. You can sit. So for the yes. Okay. Asante. Thank you, please. Asante sana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Waziri. Asante sana. Thank you. Hii sasa ni mali yangu.
Hii ni mali yako.
Haya, sawa. Bwana Secretary, yes. Asante. Okay. Sawa.
Yeah. Next. Yes. We're going to cut a cake. Waziri, there's a cake for you. To welcome you.
Oh, wow, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Marie must have had something to do with this cake.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yes. So, it's on. Okay.
May I invite the staff?
Yes.
The staff to come and join us.
So that we can...
I know the director of HR, you're hiding behind here.
The director...
All the staff were.
The staff can join us.
All the staff.
Yes, please.
They come join in the cake.
As they join us, I think this thing is on.
Your way?
Is it on? No.
It's nice. It's nice to be coming.
Is it working?
Madam, you remove the out.
No, I need to, yeah. Inafanya? Is it on? Anyway, I think I'm audible, right? Ah, it's on. Go on, sir. Okay. So, Waziri, on behalf of the entire team of the State Department of Youth Affairs, would like to welcome you home. This is your home. We are all your... I don't think I should say children. We are all your team.
No, you are just mine.
Yeah, we are all yours. We are all yours, and we are here to all serve you and to make the youth agenda a prosperous and a magnificent space. And kwa hayo machache na kuomba uje ukate keki yako sasa, na sisi tumpigie makofi akishakata.
Kata na wewe.
Sawa.
Yes, tushike hii. Tukate hii keki na tuile.
Karibu sana.
Shukran.
Na Mungu akubariki.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. So we can serve the cake and eat it. Yes, I believe so.
Marie.
Someone,
Marie is always
let's get the cake ready. Yes. Excellent. Thank you.
You see, Waziri, the only thing is missing. This is a state department for youth affairs. It was music. Yeah, but anyway, it's okay. There's a kuimba kwa kimoyo moyo.
No, it's
Oh, I have to. Oh, okay. Wanahabari, pigeni hii picha. Muhimu sana.
Iwe picha bomba.
Iwe picha bomba. Karibu sana.
I will return the favor.
Oh.
I will return the favor. P.S. I know you like big ones.
Actually, this is the right side.
Okay.
Sawa sawa. Wacha niwakatie tu.
I didn't know you had those hidden talents.
Yeah, they are talent.
Haya, karibuni.
We should say your department has the talent.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Haya jamani. Please welcome. I have tried my best. I can remove this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the area is small,